Since high school, LeBron James has been getting national attention on and off the basketball court. He was hyped up as the next potential greatest player of all time, dominating in high school games with incredible displays of skill and athleticism. Amazingly, LeBron has lived up to every bit of that, winning the MVP award numerous times and leading his teams to 4 championships and counting. And most fans consider him as one of the 2 greatest players of all time. With that great success comes a lot of pressure and attention, not just for LeBron, but for his teammates as well. If you're playing with LeBron, you're bound to be put under the spotlight, and that can do a lot of harm for players that aren't used to being on the news. But playing with LeBron can have huge perks, and I don't just mean playing with an all-time great. Playing with LeBron has given several players the opportunity to show off their game, gain fame, and in the process, sign some huge contracts. So let's look at one for example, Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso was a relatively unheard of player in high school, playing for A&M Consolidated High School in Texas, where he averaged 18 points and 9 rebounds per game. He was a strong player in his state, but in an extremely competitive NBA environment, he wasn't a top prospect. After playing 4 years of college basketball with Texas A&M, where he averaged only 8 points a game, but a solid 4.7 assists and 2 steals, Caruso looked to join the NBA. He went undrafted in the 2016 NBA draft, but managed to get onto the Philadelphia 76ers Summer League team. He managed to get recruited by the Oklahoma City Thunder, but his contract was waived after just a month, and he eventually landed on the Oklahoma City D-League team, Oklahoma City Blue. Things weren't looking good for Alex, and it seemed like he would be a borderline D-League player. If he did manage to get back into the NBA, he would likely spend extended minutes on the bench. The next year, in the summer of 2017, Caruso got his big break when he joined the Los Angeles Lakers summer team. Caruso played well when the Lakers' rookie point guard Lonzo Ball was injured, well enough to be signed by the Lakers for the regular season. He didn't play very well, but showed some potential, scoring 15 points and grabbing 7 rebounds against the Clippers in the final game of the season. Caruso was delegated to the Lakers Summer League team again, and it was unclear if he would ever be a staple of any NBA team. This moment, though, was when Alex Caruso's career would break through, and at the perfect time. After success in the 2018 Summer League, Caruso was once again given a contract to play for the Lakers during the regular season. At the same time, LeBron was signed to the Lakers. All eyes would be on the Lakers, meaning that if Caruso could do well, he'd secure his spot in the NBA. Though he had some low points, Caruso was a solid backup point guard and had a few incredible breakout games, including a 122-117 win against the Clippers, where he scored 32 points. Caruso's playing wasn't at an all-star level, but millions of people were watching LeBron's Lakers and loved Caruso and his personality. And when you add in a few epic highlight reel dunks, his strong synergy with LeBron on the court, and his famous headband, it's easy to see why Caruso was becoming a big name in the NBA. He was making it to the front page of the NBA website. Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless were talking about him on their shows, and all of this as a result of playing with LeBron. At the end of the 2018 season, the Lakers signed Caruso for a 2-year contract worth $5.5 million. In 2019, after the Lakers traded Lonzo Ball, Caruso played a more important role for the Lakers, and the team went on to win an NBA championship that season. When his contract ended after 2021, the Lakers weren't ready to extend his contract, but the fame that he had garnered from his time with LeBron meant that other teams were willing to pay big bucks to sign Caruso. The Chicago Bulls jumped at the opportunity, signing Caruso for an astonishing $37 million over 4 years. All of this isn't to say that Caruso didn't deserve the contract, but without that media attention and highlight reels that came from playing with LeBron, it's unlikely that Caruso would have been able to sign on for such a high salary. Of course, Alex Caruso wasn't the only player to get rich off of playing with LeBron James. In the 2014-2015 season, when the Cleveland Cavaliers signed LeBron James along with power forward Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson was in a similar situation. In the years leading up, Tristan Thompson was a solid center, scoring 11.7 points and grabbing 9.4 rebounds per game in the preceding season. But still, the Cavaliers weren't a top team, and Thompson wasn't a star in the league. It's only when LeBron decided to come back to Cleveland to win a championship for his hometown that Tristan would find huge success. Though he came off the bench for most of the season, Thompson averaged 8.5 points and 8 rebounds per game, and was involved in some electrifying moments along with LeBron, Kevin Love, and star point guard Kyrie Irving. The Cavaliers made the playoffs for the first time since 2010 and were ready to make a run at the championship when Kevin Love got injured. Tristan was moved up as a starter to replace Love, and he filled his role well, averaging almost 11 rebounds a game. But after making it to the NBA Finals, the loveless Cavs team lost to the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. Tristan Thompson got a lot of media attention for his hustle and tough rebounding during the playoffs, and the Cavs knew that they had to keep him for their run at the championship. So when Thompson entered free agency in the following season, the Cavaliers signed him with a 5-year contract worth a mind-boggling $82 million. Tristan was a solid center and a great addition for any team. But if LeBron had not joined the team to make a playoff run, the Cavs likely would have been an 8-seed team or missed the playoffs entirely. And Tristan almost definitely would not have gotten such a high-paying contract. That season, Thompson would alternate frequently with his Cavs teammate Mozgov for the starting center position. Thompson was a consistent player for the Cavs, playing in every single game of the season as he had done in the previous seasons, and putting up a solid 7.9 points and 9 rebounds a game. In the playoffs that season, Tristan Thompson, along with the Cavs' big three of LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, would pull off their legendary 3-1 finals comeback against the Golden State Warriors to win a ring for Cleveland. After that season, Tristan Thompson's play fluctuated as usual. He often came to the rescue in tense situations, scoring huge offensive rebounds and providing good rim protection when needed. But the Cavs weren't able to find success in the finals. When LeBron left the Cavaliers, the team instantly fell down to a lottery team. Tristan Thompson missed significant portions of the regular season from 2018 onward, and he was having off-court troubles as well, being more well known for his relationship with the Kardashians rather than his play. Thompson has bounced around from team to team and played very limited minutes since the Cavs championship run. Without LeBron and the rest of the big three, it's safe to say that Thompson would not have gotten the same amount of media attention or the huge contract that he did, making him another player that got rich off of playing with LeBron. And of course, when you talk about LeBron, you can't forget his time with Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat. Most people remember LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh coming together to make what some people call the first super team in the NBA to fight for a championship, but not everyone considers the role players that glued the team together. One such player was Mario Chalmers, the 34th overall pick in the 2008 draft that had been playing point guard for the Heat for the last 2 seasons. Chalmers was a mid-level point guard in the league, breaking the Heat's record for steals in one game when he got an amazing 9 steals in his 4th game in the NBA. Overall, though, Chalmers wasn't making headlines or filling up the box sheets. In fact, he became injured in his 2nd season and his performance dropped, going from 10 points a game to just 7, with less assists, rebounds, and a lower shooting percentage. Things were about to change in a big way, though, when LeBron decided to join the Miami Heat in 2010. For fans that can remember, LeBron's choice to leave Cleveland for the Heat received huge media coverage, even getting its own name in basketball history, The Decision. When Chalmers found out that LeBron was joining the team, he knew that he would no longer be the center of attention, leading him to giving his jersey number that he wore since joining the league, number 6, to LeBron. Ultimately, the super team fell short that season and lost to the Dirk Nowitzki-led Dallas Mavericks in the finals. Chalmers had a decent showing in the finals, including a 3 to tie the game with just 24.5 seconds left in Game 2, but could not consistently provide the scoring, facilitating, or defense needed to propel the team to victory. Despite this, the Heat decided to extend Chalmers' contract, likely because of his ability to come in clutch and make that game-tying 3 in Game 2, and he was offered a 3-year, $12 million contract. In 2012 and 2013, the Heat won back-to-back championships, and Mario had some impressive games in the finals, including scoring 25 points in Game 4 of the 2012 finals and 19 points in the finals next year, again versus the Spurs in an intense 7-game series. Still, Chalmers couldn't break 10 points per game in either season and more closely filled the shoes of a role player. In the seasons that followed, Mario Chalmers' play fell dramatically, playing only 6 games in the 2015 and 2016 season before being traded to a mediocre Grizzlies team, and eventually being cut from the NBA in 2018. It is safe to say that Chalmers didn't play up to the level that was expected of him after LeBron left, making him another of the many players to benefit from their time with LeBron. Like always, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when we release a new video. We drop new videos every day and none of this would be possible without you guys, so again, thank you and we'll see you in the next video.